everyone, and welcome to another Hatch live stream. I hope you're all having a wonderful week wherever you are. Please let us know in the comments where you are coming in from. Today, Sydney is the best kind of winter crispness. It's nice and sunny. It is got this really cold, crisp kind of wind, which I just kind of love this time of the year because it means summer's coming. So it means we're past the really cold bit. So for those of you who are in other lands, Sydney has a very short but kind of strong cold spell, and then we are done and we are back into spring. And I kind of feel like we're already there. So that's super exciting. But as I said, please let us know in the comments where you are coming in from. It is always so fun to see where everyone is around the world. Today we have lots of things to talk about. We are going to wrap up our recent craft show, which was a ton of fun. And if you were one of the people who came and said hello and talked to us about Hatch and how much you love embroidery and digitizing, it was so fun to meet you. My list of notes from talking to people is huge because it was just really great to meet people in real life and talk to you all about what you want and what you're actually learning as well. And hi Terry. Terry is coming in from the Netherlands. I recognize your name. You have come and seen us before. You've got Midsummer. I have heard that Midsummer in the Netherlands is just stunning. So I hope you are enjoying that a lot and enjoying wherever you are. So as I was saying, the craft show was lots of fun. I have a little bit of a wrap up on that. I'm also going to be talking you through one of our new projects, which we are going to be releasing soon. And hi, people coming in from Gary, Indiana. Lovely to see you coming in. Oh, and we've got people coming in from Sweden. Oh my gosh, someone is coming in from England. It must be such a late night for you. So thank you so much for staying up to come and chat with us. That is lots of fun. Yes, we will be talking in the hoop quilting. We have a new project, which we have here. So I'm going to be talking you through that. And we have lots of other things happening as well. All right, so keep letting me know where you're coming in from. We've now got people coming in from South Dakota as well. Hi, Kim. We have some of our workers from around the world dropping in as well. So it's always great to see where everyone is coming in from. We do try and make our time zones work, but clearly being in Australia means we are quite a long way away, but we do try and make it work to make it as time friendly to as many people as we possibly can. All right, I'm going to jump right in with our recap of the craft show. I'm actually going to start a little bit with the complete chaos that we have before the craft show. So in the days leading up, my actual room that I am broadcasting here, we have, I'm just doing a count, we have 6 machines in this room. There are another 3 machines outside. There was at one point where we had every single machine running, producing things not only for the craft show, but for all of our upcoming lives as well. And there was quite a lot of mess. And more than once, we had people just sort of come and look at us and then back slowly away. And we're like, just going to leave you guys there because we were really going for it. But it was actually really exciting. And because we were all in this super create mode, we had lots of great ideas that we've got coming in, things for there as well. So that is always great. And hi, I've got Mrs. Suggycraft from TikTok. Thank you so much for coming along. I've seen that you've been very busy on your TikTok, so thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come and see. All right, let's jump into the show. So for the craft show, you have been following our socials. Swag, so that was the swag here. We also had some lovely IKEA hats. So we had a little IKEA hat one, and we were stitching out our quilting as well. This was Mai was being a superstar and us joining up our quilt, and we also made a ton of little bookmarks to give away. And here's the actual show. Most of the big brands for all of the machine companies were there. So they were all really fun to talk to, caught up with lots of the teams in there. There was a lovely knitting section, which was really fun and just a nice little chill out area. The team from Brother had a beautiful big area, got to play with their new Avenir machine, which is amazing, and the new SP1 printer. That was tons of fun. And this was the Hatch stand. we had our big machine, our big 10 needle running as well. And here is my actually explaining different things. People were really lucky the first few days. She would actually take people through and show them different hints and tips when we had a little bit more time, which was great. We also did a really fun color photo stitch, which I'm going to share in another live as well, because that was a really fun thing that we did on the day. The butterfly was a huge hit. We had so many young girls in particular who were like, can we have a butterfly? So they really loved that. The stand looked fantastic and showcased even just a small fraction of all of the things you can do with Hatch. And these were the very impressive quilts from the quilt show. So this was entirely done in the hoop and then pieced together, and it was stunning. I think I walked past it more than once before I was like, hang on, that's actually done in the hoop, because it was so beautifully done. It was just lots and lots of colors and precision. It was really lovely. The quilting all has different themes and they can enter into different categories. There was things for in the hoop. There was a whole section which was based on maps, which I adored. It was really beautiful. And there were so many beautiful birds. So as many of you know, Australia has some of the craziest wildlife in the world. And people had taken inspiration from some of the most beautiful birds and created some really, really intricate things. This macaw, not a native bird, was stunning. It was a really big quilt actually too. So the amount of detail they're getting in here was really beautiful. And it was really fun to have a chat to some of the people who show you around the actual quilt displays as well. They were picking out their favorites and which ones they really liked the techniques of. I quite love the little baby fairy wrens. The fairy wrens are some of our tiniest birds, but they are so electric blue that whenever you spot one in the wild, it's a real thrill because they are just tiny but beautiful. So that was a really lovely one to see. And it's always lovely to see how people are combining fabric plus embroidery plus quilting. Some of the embroidery was done by hand, some was free motion, some was done by digitizing and stitching out. And just the combination of different things coming through was really inspirational. So that was really lovely to actually see throughout the whole show. There was so many more. There's some really great shots that Bernadette took, which are on our Hatch Facebook page, which was, they had a color sort of theory where they were using up their stashes, but doing it by rainbow colors. And it made for a really beautiful, impactful area. So that was just really nice and kind of like a nice little chill area inside the show where you could go and just have a quiet moment and have a little bit of contemplation, which was a really nice thing because the show itself was in a large kind of convention center. So some days it felt really loud when it was filled with people, which was fantastic. We loved having it filled, but just by the afternoon, it was like a nice little chill. That was really great. But lots of wonderful things coming up. We saw so many different machines, had a really great look at the baby, the new Benina, which is a new entry-level one. That was super exciting. Did have a good look at some of the new Genomes, which were amazing. Actually, I think all of the machine companies, it really just felt, particularly with their embroidery machines, it's clearly something everyone's really excited about, which was naturally what we were asking about. So that was all just a great way to learn and connect with you all. So hopefully that means that some of you I met during the show have also joined us with our live. One of the things we did during the show was we actually had a competition with, running for someone who had been to the show and given their details to enter the competition to actually win a full edition of Hatch Digitizer level. So this is our top level of Digitizer, so you'll have complete control over all of your design. And I'm very excited to say that it was Jessica Southern, I hope I'm saying that last name correctly, who actually won. We drew the name yesterday. I could say it today. So if there are any Jessicas, hopefully it is you. We are going to email you later today with all of the details for that. But congratulations and enjoy Hatch so much. And don't forget, when you get started with Hatch, be sure to dive in and use the Hatch Academy because it is going to teach you everything you need to know about embroidery and digitizing, and you're just going to fall in love with it and it's going to be great. So we're going to email you later on today, Jessica, and congratulations. So we've got some people coming in from Virginia and from Phoenix. I'm just doing a quick calculation because someone's giving me their degrees in Fahrenheit and I'm just calculating it out to Celsius. That is warm. So hopefully you're going okay with a temperature of 118. That's quite a lot. So hopefully you're okay. I know the UK has also been in a bit of a heat wave, so I hope you guys are very much hiding from the sunshine and maybe running your embroidery machines and doing lots of nice creating while you're hiding out from the sun. So one of the things that we prepared for the craft show and is going to be one of our feature focus projects, which means that it will be coming in an upcoming blog for you all, is our lovely season quilt here. So our season quilt, we took a very simple idea of just a tree, which that was all it was. We were just like, we just want a very simple tree. And then what can we do with the tree? And all we played with was all of the things that are built into Hatch already. So we used lots of our decorative stitches and different quilting features to actually make a really simple quilt. And you can make the quilt as individual blocks, or you can join it together as we have done and make a little lap quilt for yourself. So I'm actually going to do a little video of some of our prep for you so that you can actually see how that was stitching out. So we're running this on our 10 needle machine, and what we're doing here is it's actually just setting out the defined area of our quilt block before stitching in the actual space inside. So here we did a lot of contour stitching so that it can follow off and create a very quilted area to create the actual shapes that we wanted inside the quilt. And here again, so this is lots of clips that I had taken and then put in together because obviously we were doing it before the show and I had neglected to actually set up my camera and do the whole record. So I am going to come back at another point with the whole record of that one. But what I wanted to show you is really the way that we defined the area of the in the hoop quilt and then started stitching inside the panel. This is a really great way for anyone who is new to in the hoop quilting to get a lovely amount of texture, but also start to learn how to use your embroidery machine as an actual quilting one as well. So we are going to show a little bit of a Hatch Academy class in a moment, and I've seen that the team have just dropped some links into the chat there for you as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to show some of the things that are inside the Academy that will talk you through this. But all of these stitches you are seeing here are all the built-in decorative stitches, motif stitches, not decorative stitches, that are inside of Hatch. And then our side panels, we have done longer rectangles, which we have then mitered together to create our actual paneling out. So all of this is going to come to you as instructions with all of the stitch files so that you can stitch them out yourself. But I just thought it was a fun way just to show you what is actually what we had been creating and then putting together. So the only reason it is not ready for today is there is a very slight spelling mistake. So it's not even an actual mistake, it's just we used the French spelling of autumn in one of the panels, which happened to be the one that we stitched together by accident in all of our rush to get ready for the craft show. So I am going to make sure that we have the updated files before they go out to you. And we will have all of the instructions of how to stitch out the actual panel pieces, how to join them, and then to create your quilt as well. And because they all do come in individual panels, you can choose whether you want to include the lettered stitching on the outside or not, or whether you wanted to create different stitching. Like say with the summer one, you might want to take this beautiful leaf motif and extend that around. It would also depend on the size of your actual hoop that you are working with as well. All right, so we have some more people coming through on the chat. So hello to Northern California and to New York. So the opposite ends of the country there for America. So it's always really lovely to come through. There is someone else from New York, but being a non-American, I have no idea how to say where you are from, but it looks like an amazing word. So I'm so sorry, I do not know how to pronounce that, but welcome. It is always lovely to see you all coming through. So as I said, when we're working with in the hoop quilting, what we can do is we can work with inside this size of your actual hoop. And it doesn't matter if you're working with a small hoop or a big hoop, you can actually define those areas inside of Hatch. So I'm going to play you a section from the Hatch Academy classes, where I've taken out the section where it actually explains how to define your area, and then we're actually talking about applique with inside the class. So I've let it play for the whole section so that you can see what the Academy classes are like. And one of the things I really wanted to mention so that you could keep an eye on it is I really like the pace that they go at and that they show you where all of the tools are. I know we try and show what we can in the live streams, but we have a limited time period. And it is so nice to be able to refer you back to the Academy, and you can take your time and go through this step by step. So this particular class that I have joined into here is how to digitize for an applique floral block. As I said, the team have dropped it into the chat there for you. It is a multi sort of part class in there, and you can go through step by step. And as I was talking in the craft show to many people, I was saying one of my favorite things and ways to use the Academy is I want to do the same project, but with a different motif or a different design. So I will actually work through it step by step with my own design, but it's like having a little holding hand there. It actually will take me through the whole thing, but I end up with my own design. So always remember that no matter how you want to utilize the Academy, you can create the exact same design. You can use the rules and regulations and all of the hints and tips to create your own design. The Academy is really there to allow you to be as creative as possible. All right, so let's dive in and have a look.
In this lesson, we'll begin creating our quilt block. So create a new design, and we'll go to the Create Layouts toolbox and create a work area. I'll create a square work area of 200 millimeters and click OK. Click the minus key to zoom out just a bit, and I'm going to place some ruler guides right on the 0 mark so I know where the center of my block is. And let's save it. Control S, and I'll name it Floral Quilt Block. Press Enter. Now I'll get my flower. I have my flower group, just those two pieces. And I'll copy it, go back to my block and paste. We want to put it up here in this corner. Now it's a little big. I want to have enough space for a stem. So we can shrink it a little bit this way. Or I can just tell you what size I ended up in my sample. And that was 74 millimeters wide. Now I need to ungroup it, select the outline, go to the Applique toolbox, and convert to Applique. I'm going to zoom in on this. And it looks good here, but I'll warn you, our decorative stitching is underneath our fabric. And to show you that, I'm going to select the Applique and I'm going to apply a fabric. So I'll click Custom, Browse, and we'll go to Fossil Fern and select a nice lavender color, Open, and OK. And there you can see what's happening. So I like to turn on the fabrics just to make sure I'm not messing anything up here. So what we need to do is to have our decorative stitching fall in between our tack stitch and our cover stitch. And what most people would normally do is just break apart their design. Now I also want to put a different kind of stitch on this outside edge. And what I want is an elastic embossed fill. And we can't choose that from this drop down. We can only choose satin. So what I want to do here is break apart so that I still have an applique object at some point, but I also can change my other pieces. Let's do what most of you would probably do. We'll select this and break it apart. I break apart in the Applique toolbox, so you can just click Control K. And if I move my design up like that, then you can see that it's still behind the fabric. And what's going on here is actually it's not behind the fabric. It's the fabric image is attached to the applique object. This is still an object, but these are not. And also I'd have to break this apart to change it to the elastic embossed fill. And once I do that, we'll try that, Control K, I no longer have an applique object. So that means I have no cutting file. I can have no pattern on my worksheet. So I'm going to undo that. So this is what I'm going to do. Not everybody does it this way, but I like this method, so I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to duplicate my applique, and I'll send that one to the back. On this one, I'll turn off the cover stitch, just by setting it to none. Now I'll break apart this one, Control K, and we'll delete these, and I'll also break apart this one. Now what happened to our fabric? Well, when I undid it, I lost it, so let's bring it back. I'll go to the Applique tab, click Applique Fabric, Custom, Browse, Benartex, Fossil Fern, scroll down, and OK. And let's make this a darker color. And there you can see we still have an applique object, so that means we can export cutting, we can have a printed pattern on our worksheet, and this is now available to change to elastic embossed fill. So you can experiment with the elastic embossed fill, see what you like. I'm going to pick single row with scaling, and there we have that. I'll save. Now notice I started up here in the upper left-hand corner. There's no particular reason for that. It just seems more natural to me. Now it does work out well because I'm going to put a stem right down this way. And so that worked out well for having it positioned like that. In the next lesson, we'll add our stem and our leaf.
Wasn't that just so fun? I love how well things are laid out in the Academy and how you can just follow along step by step, and you don't even realize that you are doing things because you've just got the lovely team just like stepping you through it. It's such a great way to learn. And like I said, that is just a small portion of the class that will take you through to create all of those quilt blocks. And I really like it because, like, if you need to know about applique, you can go and do that. But the way you can actually set out your, define your area at the very beginning is a really great technique for when you are doing quilting in the hoop. So it's really a nice foundation for you to take that information and then go on from there. Now, if you were very inspired to maybe go and do some in the hoop quilting and you don't want to wait for this file, which will hopefully be out soon, we do have another one which you could take from our archives. So this is, I'm in the wrong light. This is our Halloween one, and all of these blocks are also available inside the Hatch blog for you as well. So if you're looking for designs, particularly if you're new and you haven't been before, or you want to try out some different or new to you techniques, if you head to the Hatch blog, there is so many pieces in there that you can choose from to stitch out, and it comes, if you do the feature focus ones, they come with all of the extra details for you to learn how to do everything. So definitely check that out. And if you're just looking for designs, and we had some recently for the 4th of July, there is, when you go to the Hatch website, there is also a free designs section as well. So if you go along the top menu, it's in the drop down underneath resources, I'm fairly sure. So you can always go in there and get your free designs as well. But don't forget, you can also get your Halloween one. So lots of different things like that that you can go and get. And as I said, the Academy is there for you all of the time, ready for you to actually go through. And I should also mention, which is that you can actually go to the app as well. So Hatch Academy has its own app. You can get it through the Google Play Store or through the iStore or the Apple Store. It is a free app. When you download the app, you will be asked to sign in using your the same credentials that you signed into with Hatch, which will then give you access to all of your classes. I really love this. I mention it all the time that I commute by bus and I love being able to have the Academy at my fingertips. I was speaking to someone at the craft show and she has very athletic children, and she's like, I spend a lot of time, particularly in the wintertime here in Australia at the moment, sitting in the car because it's too cold to sit by the sidelines and cheer the kids on. And so she said it's actually been really great to be able to sit in the car and follow along with her academy lessons, so that by the time she gets the kids home and she has a nice quiet afternoon, she is ready to be stitching. So I kind of love that people are taking that app and using it to benefit themselves in times, because we're all really busy. So it's really nice to fit in those little sort of slots of time to make it worthwhile for you. So that's a great one. Be sure to go and get the app. As I mentioned, do sign in using the same email address. Otherwise, chaos ensues. Not really chaos. There's always a support team to help you, but use the same email address. It's much, much easier for you. The other thing we are working on this month is Christmas in July. So our next project, which I don't have a sneak peek of yet, I will be stitching that out after I have done this live stream, is we do have some fun Christmas things for you, and we are aiming to help you count down to Christmas with different things that you can make each month that you can either give or use as, there might be Christmas cards, there might be decorations, there might be presents. So all of these different things, and we're hoping that we can give you some little hints and tips each month from now until December, so that you can start building up, and by the time Christmas comes, you'll be breezing through Christmas because you will be all organized and the whole family will have lovely and embroidered presents. So keep an eye out for that. That will be counting down starting from this month onwards. There is a large ambulance outside my window. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. It's suddenly very loud for me. I do apologize if that has come through on the speakers. I'm really hoping it hasn't. But as I said, we have Christmas in July coming. There is going to be lots of exciting things coming for that. Some of them we will have new projects for you, and some of them we will be showing you different things in the Academy that you can adapt or use to make great gifts. So it's a really great project to get you ahead of times. If you're someone like me who is very much used to making all of the Christmas presents, and you then sort of get to November and you're like, I've got a lot of stitching to do, we're hoping to take out some of that anxiety and get you organized from here on in. So keep an eye out for that on all of our social media channels, and hopefully we will be back again very soon with another live stream. If there is anything that you would like covered, particularly in a live stream, so that you can ask in-person questions as we go, please drop it in the comments or come and join our Facebook group. So our Facebook group is really fun. Lots of people are joining in and asking lots of questions. And what you can actually do with that one is you can also ask, we also help moderate it. So anytime you be like, hey, I want to know about this, we are taking notice of that, and we can put that up for next live stream type thing. So if there's anything in particular that you wanted to know about, make sure to let us know, and we will do our very best to give you a live stream for it. Okay, lots of exciting things happening. Thank you so much for joining in, and I hope to see you again soon.